The years following BLACKPINK's record-breaking Born Pink World Tour have unfolded as anything but a simple hiatus. What appeared to fans as a period of absence has in reality been a transformative odyssey, one where physical separation became the unlikely catalyst for artistic rebirth and personal awakening. Jennie, Lisa, Rosé, and Jisoo haven't merely been pursuing solo projects. They've been engaged in a profound process of self-actualization that promises to elevate their collective artistry to unprecedented heights. As the world awaits their reunion, their journey stands as a masterclass in how distance can fortify bonds rather than weaken them, offering a blueprint for creative evolution in the hyper-connected digital age. The Solo Crucible, forging individual artistic identities. The conclusion of the Born Pink tour marked a pivotal inflection point in BLACKPINK's career trajectory. Having cemented their status as the preeminent girl group of their generation, the members faced a critical creative crossroads. The path they chose, embracing individual artistic exploration while maintaining their group identity, has become a case study in how globally dominant acts can sustain longevity in an industry notorious for its ephemeral nature. Rosé's Rosie emerged as the first major solo statement, a hauntingly intimate collection that revealed new dimensions of her artistry. Where BLACKPINK's music often thrived on bombastic energy, her solo work showcased a vulnerability that resonated deeply with audiences. The project's success proved that BLACKPINK members could thrive outside their established group dynamic while still honoring its essence. Lisa's impending alter ego release promises to push boundaries even further. Teasers suggest a radical departure from expected sounds, incorporating elements of Southeast Asian musical traditions with cutting-edge production. This fearless experimentation speaks to the creative liberation the members have experienced during this period. Jennie's Mantra has perhaps generated the most intrigue, with industry insiders suggesting it represents her most personal work to date. The single's enigmatic title hints at themes of self-affirmation and spiritual grounding, concepts that align perfectly with her recent public reflections on identity and purpose. Jennie's Metamorphosis. From idol to auteur, Jennie's transformation during this period has been particularly striking. In her revelatory Billboard cover story, she peeled back the carefully constructed layers of her public persona to reveal an artist in the throes of profound self-reckoning. This separation from our group identity wasn't just inevitable, it was necessary, she reflected. For the first time, I've had to ask myself, who is Jennie when she's not Jennie of BLACKPINK? Her candid discussion of the existential toll of fame offered rare insight into the psychological complexities of K-pop stardom. There were nights when I'd stare at my reflection and not recognize the person looking back, she confessed. The industry gives you so many labels: It Girl, Human Chanel, K-pop Queen, but none of those tell you who you actually are. What makes Jennie's journey particularly compelling is her refusal to frame this struggle as purely negative. That period of disorientation was actually a gift, she asserted. When you're constantly moving from one tour stop to the next, one photo shoot to another, you never get to sit with your own thoughts. This time apart forced me to do that uncomfortable work. Her artistic output during this period reflects this introspection. Where her early solo work like Solo showcased polished perfection, her recent creative direction embraces intentional roughness, a visual and sonic metaphor for the beauty of imperfection. This evolution suggests an artist transitioning from performer to auteur, increasingly determined to leave her authentic fingerprint on every aspect of her work. The paradox of separation: how distance strengthened their bond. Conventional wisdom suggests that prolonged separation risks weakening group dynamics, but BLACKPINK's experience has defied this logic. Their bond appears to have undergone a fascinating alchemy during this period, transforming from professional camaraderie into something more profound and enduring. The group's leader, Jisoo, recently shed light on their unique dynamic in an interview with Rolling Stone Korea. What people don't understand is that we were never apart in the ways that matter. Physical distance can't break what we've built over years of shared struggles and triumphs. She described their group chat as a 24/7 lifeline where they share everything from creative ideas to mundane daily updates. Jennie offered an even more poignant perspective. When you spend every waking moment together for years, you start taking certain things for granted. This time apart made us appreciate each other in new ways. Now when we reunite, we bring fresh energy and ideas to the table. This phenomenon mirrors what psychologists call the renewal effect in relationships, where periodic separation actually enhances connection by allowing individuals to grow independently before reuniting. BLACKPINK's experience suggests this principle applies equally to creative partnerships as it does to personal relationships. The anticipated reunion, a new era of collective genius. Industry analysts predict BLACKPINK's comeback will redefine the parameters of K-pop success. With each member returning as a bona fide superstar in her own right, their collective power now operates on an entirely different calculus. Music critic Park Ji-young explains, typically when group members pursue solo careers, there's a clear hierarchy, one or two standouts, and supporting players. BLACKPINK has achieved the unprecedented feat of having all 4 members emerge as legitimate solo forces while maintaining perfect group equilibrium. This positions them for a comeback of historic proportions. The creative implications are particularly exciting. Each member now brings expanded skill sets and artistic perspectives to the table. Rosé's deepened songwriting experience, Lisa's choreographic innovations, Jennie's production insights, and Jisoo's acting-honed emotional intelligence promise to create a potent creative synergy. YG Entertainment's creative director, Kang Wook-shin, teased, "What we're preparing goes beyond anything they've done before. This isn't just BLACKPINK 2.0, it's an entirely new paradigm." The future unfolds, a legacy still being written. As the pieces align for BLACKPINK's next chapter, what emerges is not just a story of musical success, but a masterclass in artistic evolution. Their journey challenges entrenched industry assumptions about group dynamics, creative longevity, and the very nature of fame in the digital era. The most remarkable aspect may be how they've transformed what could have been a period of fragmentation into a renaissance. By embracing rather than resisting the natural evolution of their individual identities, they've paradoxically strengthened their collective power. When BLACKPINK finally reunites on stage, it won't simply mark another comeback in a relentless K-pop cycle. It will represent something far more profound, the triumphant convergence of 4 distinct artistic journeys that chose to grow separately so they could shine brighter together. In an industry obsessed with constant togetherness, they've proven that sometimes distance is exactly what a relationship needs to reach its full potential. For Blinks worldwide and casual observers alike, their return promises more than just new music. It offers living proof that true bonds aren't weakened by space, but strengthened through the individual growth that space allows. In this, BLACKPINK may have created their most valuable legacy yet, a new model for sustainable excellence in an industry that too often burns its brightest stars too quickly. The stage is set, the world watches, and history awaits. BLACKPINK's separation wasn't a sign of weakness, it was a period of growth that made their bond even stronger. Each member explored solo paths, expanding their talents while staying emotionally connected. Now, as they prepare to reunite, they bring renewed energy, deeper creativity, and unshakable unity. Their comeback isn't just highly anticipated, it's symbolic of transformation, resilience, and evolution. BLACKPINK is no longer just a group, they're a legacy in motion, ready to shine brighter than ever.